Good morning. It's time for another janky job. It's Jim Fixes Things. I'm Jim and I fix things, kind of, sort of. I have no experience or idea what I'm doing. This channel is for those of you who might have wanted to try to start fixing things, maybe don't know how to do it. Trust me, you can't do it any worse than I'm going to do it. This is what we're dealing with today. We've got to put a light in over a kitchen sink. Not into electricity whatsoever. Looks like a pretty straightforward install though. Yeah, just a couple of screws maybe. And this is what we've got to replace. This light fixture that looks pretty darn janky the way it was put in there. Oh yeah, I did this years ago. Forgot. Seriously, I have very few skills when it comes to home improvement, handyman stuff, and the like. One thing I do know about working with electric is you've got to go to the breaker box and click it off. So that is really job one. Ooh, wow, dark. I guess it would help to turn on the light. Oh, no, wrong one. I'm serious, guys. I'm really not handy at all. I am so amazed by my wife's patience. Okay, here it is. The box. Wow, it's actually marked. I hope. Did I do it? Yay! Light is off. Maybe I should cast a little light on the subject. Yeah, I think that helps. Man, it's janky up there. Wow, look at that. Just wobbly. Okay, this looks pretty straightforward. Got a couple of screws. Is it hot? No, okay. Little keepers that aren't keeping much of anything, actually. Janky jobs done dirt cheap. All I have to do now is make sure the circuit's really not on before I, just have to find the voltage meter that's usually never used. Yeah. I so have no idea where it's at. I can't remember the last time I used it. Maybe it's in my toolbox. That would be a little too on the nose, wouldn't it? Let's see. Oh, look at there. Ta-da! I found it. It's the little victories in life. Let's hope the batteries are good. Huh? Is it not going to work? Ah, there we go. Oh, no. Little probey. I think we got it. It actually looks like I need, what? Not a screwdriver. This is so much fun when you don't know what you're doing. Looks like this evidently some kind of holder I had to install to hold the other one. Don't remember. Now it appears this should just come out. There we go. And off it comes. You just have no idea how dark your kitchen is until you have to work without a light to put a light in. Couple of points for irony. Of course, there's got to be a couple more things in the box. Instructions. Should I read these guys? Yeah, come on. All right, yeah, we do have new wire nuts, so fun shall ensue. So how many of you think I'm actually going to be able to pull this off? Put it down in the comments. Big thumbs up if you like what I'm doing so far. If you look at this new light, it's got a couple of slots that need screws. Up here, we've got a couple of screws coming down I evidently need to take care of. Somebody should have painted that. Wonder why we didn't. Probably because we couldn't see it and didn't care. Just thinking out loud. Oh, should I go out and grab the step stool? No. Just grab the dining room chair. It'll do fine. See? Just can't let my wife know that I did that. Before I take those screws out, I think I'm going to measure and see how close these holes align with those screws. Maybe I don't have to make a new hole. That's the stuff I found out that gets you in trouble when you don't know what you're doing. You don't think first. I don't think first a lot of times, so here we go. One time, you guys were here for it. I know. That isn't going to work. Too close to the wood, so I've got to make holes somewhere around it here. Guess it's time to get out the drill after I get these screws out. Oh, no garage light either. Okay, don't trip coming downstairs. Need to move this, which by the way is a project for another day. I don't know, maybe today. It's not a big one. I could combine it with another project too. In the meantime, where is my... Oh, there it is. Drill. And no, it's not cordless, because, I guess I'm cheap. I don't know. It still works. What? Okay, now to work. Oh, Black & Decker. That additional drama, totally free. Speaking of additional chores to do, that's one of them. It goes up there. Unfortunately, you see the venting? It's kind of crooked. Gotta deal with that. Another janky job. I didn't do it, but it's right up my alley, so. Of course, you can't forget the extension cord. I could pull out the big industrial one, but it's, just a drill and a couple of screws, so. If I'm not mistaken, this is where most vloggers take a coffee break. So. That's cold. I know a lot of you like cold coffee. Not this guy. I just realized this thing didn't come with any screws to attach it. And, okay, I've got to find screws in the dark. That might a bunch of these little pin kind of things. Let's see if we can find one. Okay, it's got to be a pretty big head. No. I know you're wondering, will he find the screw or not? Tell you the truth, I'm kind of wondering myself. Okay, I found one that'll work, but it's way too long. It's just overkill. And here's where it gets really janky, because a lot of you would go, why don't you just cut it? I would, but don't have any way to cut it, so. Told you, Jim does stuff, kind of, sort of. Okay, I think I found them. I'm gonna make them work anyway. Janky jobs, done dirt cheap. Jank. Yeah, these will fit in there nicely. They'll seat in okay. Yeah, it'll work. Now I just have to figure where to put the new holes. This is not a template, that's a problem. It's a whole unit, and it's hard by yourself to hold it up there and try to compare. I guess I could measure. Though along with handyman work, math has never been my strong suit. This should be fun. I'm just wondering if this blue junction thing would serve as a template. It kind of looks like it. It does fit. Cool. Problem solved. So all I really have to do is center this where I want it. Okay, we can do that. Unfortunately for me, I'm one of those guys who has to measure everything because I'm not a handyman. So, you know what I've got to do? I've got to measure how wide that area is and try to figure out how to center it in there. You know, there is a difference between watching what I do as a almost handyman and a real handyman guy. I just want to give you guys that might be thinking about trying some things to maybe trying them And like I said, you see what I do wrong, so you don't do that, and should be good. Yeah, come on. No. Hold on. You can do it, Jim. I have faith in you. Best I can tell, it's 45 inches. Now I've got to figure out the half. I've got to do math. Great. Okay, the good news is I have a cell phone that has a calculator, so I know 22 and a half is where I need to measure to. Since I've only got one hand, I'm not going to bore you with me trying to measure this 22 and a half inch thing. Besides, it will probably be pretty catastrophic anyway. So, not to use it as an excuse or anything, but I think I've figured out another reason I don't do many handyman jobs. I never seem to know where my tools are. I've got a toolbox, utility drawer, and yes, in the garage I actually have a big old shiny red toolbox. I'll show it to you really quickly so you can see the source of my frustration. I have no organization. A hammer, my kingdom for a hammer. Really need a hammer. Got one somewhere. Okay, this is kind of freaky. My hammer is right there. Did I? Don't know. Okay, I have found the center by measuring with my handy dandy cell phone calculator. And using this, I'm going to actually put a screw through the middle of it on the center. Since these holes line up, I'm thinking again, let's see if I can get this to drill. I started a small hole. This is so awkward. I know what you're thinking. Jim, why don't you use the drill? Yeah, back to normal mode. Not thinking. You know, that worked really well. Thanks, guys. Just to let you know what I did, I actually pinned it with that center screw, and then I used my drill to drill the holes for where we're putting the new light fixture, which happens to be round, so the holes really don't have to, be lined up. You always want to be impressed with yourself when you do something like this, but you got to wait till you're finished and the light actually works. There's something fun about the light too that I'll show you in just a few minutes. Hang on, don't skip ahead. And now I can't find the screws I was using. Jim, have another cup of coffee. Oh, here's one. Okay, found one. Honestly, I'm kind of glad my wife's not here watching me do this, because this is probably taking me a lot longer than she would like it to. Honestly, this is really hard to do with one hand. I started the screws. Going to try and do this with one hand. Janky jobs, done dirt cheap. I want to see if this fits. It should. Holes there. Good news, did a test fit and it works. Getting closer. I admire you electricians. I don't think I could ever do it as a profession. Kudos to you guys. You are awesome. I just opened the package of wire nuts. And I guess if I would have looked first, they did give us screws to put the light in. Like I've been saying, y'all, you can't do it any worse than I'm doing it. All that's left is connecting the wires and we should be done. Yay. Okay, the hot wire connected. This is the hot wire. The white one, that's the hot wire, right? Just connect white to white, that's all. Wow, that's tough. Again, electricians, I admire you. By the way, if you have the skills I have at handiwork, don't try this at home. Hire someone. Let's just call this channel for entertainment. And if you're inspired by it, and get someone to help you, cool. Otherwise, don't try this stuff at home. This big reveal I wanted to show to you may not be a big deal to you, but see this switch right here? You can actually choose the intensity. 5,000, 4,000, 3,000. How bright do you want it? If you're a guy, you know what's going to happen. My wife's going to come home and she's going to say, Can it be a little brighter, a little dimmer? And then I've got to undo it and hope it doesn't fall. I really hope it doesn't fall. And before you think I'm a total imbecile, I do have some skills around the house, just electric and woodwork and stuff like that. Not so much my thing. I do mechanical and like that, but I like to challenge myself every once in a while. So I'm starting this channel for those of you like me that for so long have been sitting on the couch, and now you've got someone to live vicariously through. I'm doing them, but will I do them right? We'll see. One last connection to go. That is the ground, so let's get that done. I'm taking a chance and setting that setting in the middle and hope that's good enough. I'm crossing my fingers. Honestly, I think she'll be happy to have light. Okay, got a minor snafu. Where the wires come out for the old light fixture, it's blocking this going in, and you've got wires exposed, so I've got to drill that out. Okay, got it done. Could have been a lot easier if I had a hole saw or some proper drill bit, but it's done. Well, she is not gonna like these wood shavings all over the place. So it looks like I've got another handyman job to do today too. Clean the sink. All right, wires connected through the new hole. The rest should be pretty darn simple. Okay, got it up, but it just got really janky. To get it to fit, I had to pull those wires from the unit through the wood. Here's the one from the house. I'm gonna have to leave them up here. Is that okay? Those of you who know, let me know if that's a danger or not. Don't want to do something dangerous. Janky, okay. Not dangerous. Okay, all of them seem to be connected. Next thing to do is the big will it work test. Make the trip back down again, flip on the light. Oh, I hope it works. Here we go. Let's hope no sparks or anything happen. Oh, don't hear anything. Good. Could it be? Is it working? Is it working? Oh, it's working. Just hope it's bright enough. Just put on the cover. And voila. Janky job accomplished. All that's left now is a massive pile of cleaning stuff up. I'm not going to make you sit through all that though. Hey, if you enjoyed this episode, give me a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Hopefully you got something out of this. Hopefully it inspired you maybe to take some classes or get some experience at some handy stuff you can do around the house. Again, if you don't feel you can do it, don't do it. I'm just doing this, like I said, consider it entertainment. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.